I wanted to talk about the AFC West today, partly because this is one of the most underrated divisions in football this season. Now, that's not to say that they're as scary as the NFC East or the NFC North. NFC East has always been notoriously been one of the most competitive divisions in football, and right now the NFC North looks like a team that could easily send three teams to the playoffs. But in the AFC West, these are four teams where any one of them could easily win the division, and it's not because they're all so weak. They've all got talent, and I'm going to start with the Raiders, who many people are crowning champions of the AFC West, but in my opinion, they're probably the worst team in the West. On defense, we'll start with their line. They've got a great defensive line between Tommy Kelly and Richard Seymour. I think their front four can easily dominate an offensive line. As we saw against the Cowboys, they were getting penetration all day. But I think they definitely get weaker as you progress backwards. And on offense, yes, they've got some weapons. They've got Carson Palmer, who at one point in his career was a very scary quarterback to play against. But he's not really elite anymore, at least not right now. And even though he has some weapons to throw to, it's not really a seasoned team. And against some of the better defenses in the league, I think they would struggle. And right now, Darren McFadden, yes, he's an absolute monster. If he stays healthy, they definitely have a shot of winning the division. But if Darren McFadden does not play the entire season, which he never has before, don't be surprised to see them only win like 5 or 6 games. And then we'll go on to Denver. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to finish third in division. Any of these next three, they could easily be in one or two wins of each other. I wouldn't be shocked to see all three of these guys finish 8-8 because they keep beating each other. And any one of them could win 10 or 12 games easily as well. With the Broncos, you saw them take the division and go to the playoffs last year under Tim Tebow, who couldn't complete a pass to save his life. I mean, honestly, look at the stat sheet. Tim would complete 4, maybe 5 passes at most on his best game. And now you throw in a veteran leader like Peyton Manning to what was already a strong team, and they look like they could easily, destroy the competition and just dominate the division all season long. They look capable of doing that. We'll see how well they work together, though. Will the chemistry be right with them? Can this offense really adjust to Peyton Manning's style in enough time to really make that impact? I say yes, just because I've learned not to go against Manning. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, these are two guys that I just will not bet against. They've proven me wrong before. And when it comes to the Cheifs, last season they were supposed to break out, but 3 of their top players go down very early with season-ending injuries, and now they are all back. The backfield tandem of Jamal Charles and Peyton Hillis could be very dangerous for opposing defenses, and it'll take a lot of pressure off of Matt Castle, and he's got a few different weapons to throw to. So this offense should be very potent. And on defense, they've got their star safety back. They've got a great linebacking core. I think they could be one of the best defenses in this division. And I think they can make an easy run towards the playoffs if the rest of the division doesn't get in their way. Let's not forget about the San Diego Chargers. They have been the class of the division for so long, and they started falling off in recent years. Last year, a lot of their issues that they faced was simply the fact that Pilip Rivers kept turning the ball over, a career high in interceptions. He kept fumbling the ball as well. Just a lot of key mistakes in key situations. And they still finished 8-8 though, and I think that they are still a team in contention. And I would not be shocked to see them win 14 games. I would not be shocked to see them win a 7 or 8 games. They've got the talent necessary on offense and on defense to take this division. And it is going to be very interesting watching these 4 teams battle each other, fighting it out to try and take the title. And I would not be surprised to see, if only one of them made the playoffs, I would not be surprised to see 3 of them make the playoffs. No, I think this division has it in them. And right now, the only division in the AFC more competitive than them would be the AFC North, with the Steelers and the Bengals and of course the Ravens. But I'm saying that the AFC West is just a little bit more competitive, simply because all 4 of those teams are capable of making the playoffs. In the AFC North, the Browns aren't going anywhere. At least not this season. Maybe 3 or 5 years down the line, if their players develop a little bit. But they're not in the chase. Even the Raiders, who I feel are probably the worst team in that division, they have a legitimate shot at making the playoffs this year.